Good morning, students. Our next topic is image of a filter. Let us take two non-empty sets x and y and a function f from x into y. Let us take a filter f on the set x. Then the image of filter f, that is the collection of all those subsets of y which contains image of some member of filter f under the function f. It means the collection of all those b which are subset of y such that this b contains f of a for some a belonging to the filter f. This collection is called image of filter f and it is denoted by f of f. We claim that this collection is a filter on the set y. So we will have to verify the four conditions for being a filter. Firstly, we show that this collection is non-empty. Now because x belongs to the filter f and f of x, that is a subset of y, it means y contains image of the member x of the filter f, and therefore by definition of image of filter we can say that y belongs to f of f. It means this collection is non-empty. Now in the second condition we show that phi does not belong to the collection f of f. So let us take an arbitrary member b belonging to this collection. Now by definition of this collection, b contains image of some member of filter f. So let us take a member a from the filter f such that b contains f of a. Now because a belongs to the filter f, so a is non-empty and therefore f of a is non-empty, and because b contains f of a, so b is non-empty. So we can say that phi does not belong to f of f. Now in the third condition, let us take b belongs to f of f and b star is a superset of b. We have to prove that b star belongs to the collection f of f. Now because b belongs to f of f, so by definition of this collection b contains f of a, where a is a member of filter f. We can combine these two. B is contained in b star and f of a is contained in b. Therefore we can say that b star contains f of a. So by definition we can say that b star belongs to f of f. Now in the last condition, let us take two members b1 and b2 belonging to f of f. So by definition we can say that b1 contains image of some member of filter f. That member we have taken as a1. Also b2 will contain image of some member of filter f. So we have taken b2 contains f of a2. Now we can combine these two. From here we can say that b1 intersection b2 contains f of a1 intersection f of a2. Now this intersection contains f of a1 intersection a2. So we have obtained b1 intersection b2 contains image of a1 intersection a2. Now a1 and a2 are members of filter f, and a filter is closed under finite intersections. So a1 intersection a2 is also a member of filter f. It means b1 intersection b2 contains image of a member of filter f. Therefore we can say that b1 intersection b2 belongs to f of f. So we have proved all the 4 conditions for being a filter, and therefore we can say that f of f is a filter on the set Y, and this filter is called image of the filter f. Now next there is important theorem, characterization of ultra filters. So let us take a filter f on a set X. Then we prove that the following conditions are equivalent conditions. First condition, we are given f is a filter, ultra filter on the set X. In the second condition, we are having if H is a subset of X such that intersection of H with every member of filter F is non-empty, then this member H belongs to the filter F. In the third condition, for a subset of X, either A belongs to the filter F or its complement belongs to the filter F. And in the last condition, we have for A and B subsets of X, if A union B belongs to filter F, then either A or B belongs to filter F. So we have to prove these 4 conditions are equivalent conditions. So firstly let us prove 1 implies 2. So we are given f is an ultra filter on the set X, and also we are given for H subset of X, intersection of H with every member A of the filter F is non-empty. We have to prove that H belongs to filter F. Now, if we define the collection Fh, the collection of all those subsets of X which contains A intersection H for some A belonging to the filter F, then by the second lemma, this collection is a filter on the set X, and this collection contains the filter F, and also H belongs to this filter. So you will have to prove this lemma here. Now, because F is ultra filter and F is contained in the filter FH, so by definition of ultra filter, F is contained in FH will imply that F will be same as the filter FH. So H belonging to filter FH implies that H belongs to filter F. So we have proved second condition. Now we prove second implies first. Now we have to prove that F is an ultra filter. So by definition of ultra filter, let us take a filter F star such that it contains the filter F, and we have to prove that F is same as F star. In order to prove F is same as F star, we have to prove that F star is contained in F. So let us take an arbitrary member H belonging to F star. We have to prove that H belongs to the filter F. Now let us take A belongs to filter F. Now because filter F is contained in F star, so we can say that A belongs to F star. Now A belongs to F star and H belongs to F star. F star is a filter. It is closed under finite intersections. Therefore, A intersection H belongs to F star. Phi does not belong to a filter, so we can say that A intersection H is non-empty. So we have proved that intersection of H with every member of the filter F is non-empty. So we can use the given condition. According to that condition, we must have H belonging to the filter F. So we have proved H belonging to filter F star implies that H belongs to filter F. So we have proved F star is contained in F. So we can combine these two. So we have obtained F is same as F star. Now in the next condition, we prove that 3 implies 4. So let us take A and B subsets of X, and A union B belongs to filter F. We have to prove that either A belongs to filter F or B belongs to filter F. Now, we prove it by contradiction. Let us suppose neither A belongs to filter F nor B belongs to filter F. Now, we can use the third condition. If A does not belong to filter F, its complement will belong to filter F. So, the complement of A belongs to filter F. In the same way, because B does not belong to filter F, so by third condition, its complement will belong to filter F. Filter is closed under finite intersections, so the intersection of these two members will again belong to filter F. By De Morgan's law, A complement intersection B complement, that becomes A union B whole complement. So this belongs to filter F. Also we are given A union B belongs to filter F. So their intersection will belong to filter F. But the intersection of A union B with its complement, that is phi, it means phi belongs to filter F. So we get a contradiction, and this contradiction proves that our assumption is wrong. And therefore either A belongs to filter F or B belongs to the filter F. Now, in the next condition, we prove 4 implies 3. In the fourth condition, we are given that for A and B subsets of X, A union B belongs to the filter F. And this implies either A belongs to F or B belongs to F. Now we have to prove that for A subset of X, either A or its complement belongs to the filter F. Now, because X can be written as A union its complement, and X belongs to the filter F, and therefore from here A union its complement belongs to filter F. Now we can use the fourth condition. According to that condition, if union of two members belongs to filter F, then either first member belongs to filter F or second member belongs to filter F. So from here we have obtained either A belongs to filter F or its complement belongs to the filter F. Now, next we prove the condition 2 implies 3. Now in the third condition, we have to prove that for A subset of X, either A belongs to filter or its complement belongs to filter. So let us take for A subset of X, A does not belong to filter F. We have to prove that its complement belongs to filter F. Now, because A does not belong to filter F, and therefore by the given condition second, there will exist a member B from the filter F such that intersection of B with A is empty. It means B is contained in complement of A. Now B belongs to filter F, so its superset will also belong to filter F. So we have proved complement of A belongs to filter F. Now in the last condition, we proved that 4 implies 1. Now we have to prove that F is an ultra filter on the set X. So to prove ultra filter, let us take another filter F star on the set X such that F is contained in the filter F star. And we have to prove that F is same as F star. To prove F is same as F star, it remains to prove that F star is contained in the filter F. So let us take an arbitrary member A belonging to the filter F star. Now, because X can be written as A union complement of A and X belongs to the filter F, so we can use the condition 4. According to that condition, either A will belong to filter F or its complement belongs to the filter F. If A belongs to the filter F, our result is proved because in this case F star will be contained in F. F is contained in F star, so we can combine the two. So we get F is same as F star. Now let us take X minus A belongs to F. Now because F is contained in F star, so X minus A belongs to F will imply X minus A belongs to F star. Also A belongs to F star, so their intersection will belong to the filter F star. But intersection of A with its complement, that is phi, it means phi belongs to F star. But we know phi does not belong to any filter. So we get a contradiction in this case. It means complement of A does not belong to the filter F. So we have only one possibility from here. A belongs to filter F. And in that case, we have already proved that F is an ultra filter on the set X. So this completes the characterization of ultra filters.